Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Several topics for today, answering some of your questions. We will go from Semenyo to Nicolas Jackson, Onana, Miles Lewis Kelly and more. Let's jump into it together. And so guys, there are always updates, always stories to tell you. Today, let me start from a breaking news a few minutes ago. I had before recording this video because Matheus Cunha is back in training with Man United, but the news is coming also for a player who is on loan from Man United to Trabzonspor, officially back to Man United at the end of the current season, but his chapter at Man United is closed, so we can consider that over, and is André Onana. André Onana, former Inter and Ajax goalkeeper, has been left out of the AFCON squad by Cameroon. So a difficult moment for Onana. On loan at Trabzonspor and now out of the squad for Cameroon. What it means? It means that Onana will not play the African Cup of Nations, and also Onana will be back at Manchester United in June, trying to find a new solution because Man United believe that the chapter with André Onana as goalkeeper is over. And so that's one of the stories, the fresh stories of the day. Let's see what's going to happen there. But obviously for Cameroon, a big news, and for Manchester United, future is very clear. The keeper they want for present and future is Sen Lammens, and for Onana is no longer time to be part of their project. Keep an eye also on another situation, guys, and it's about Nicolas Jackson. Nicolas Jackson had several opportunities in the summer transfer window. He decided to wait till the very end to go to Bayern. You remember probably the final days of the window. That was crazy, the confusion around the transfer, because Jackson wanted to go to Bayern. At the same time, Chelsea were still negotiating the conditions of the transfer after the injury of Liam Delap. So that was a crazy story, but we saw the desire, the intention of Jackson to go to Bayern. Now, that deal was closed on loan with an obligation to buy for 65 million euros. Obviously, Bayern also paid a big loan fee, more than 15 million euros. 65 million euros obligation to buy in case he was going to play over 40 games, at least 45 minutes with Bayern this season. Well, that's already impossible because of the games he played so far and because of the AFCON he's going to travel with Senegal. Nico Jackson will not officially be a Bayern player with an obligation to buy. Then Bayern still have a possibility to keep Jackson with them at the end of the season, and it's via negotiation, so they can pay 65 million euros to Chelsea still, and they can get Nicolas Jackson. At the moment, what I'm told is that Bayern want to take their time. They are happy with the contribution of Nicolas Jackson so far, but still, spending that amount of money for Bayern is something big. So Bayern want to take their time before making any decision. No decision will be made now. December, January, Bayern want to focus on this season. They believe they can be competitive in really all competitions. Bundesliga, of course, the domestic cup, and then the Champions League. Bayern really believe they can go very far in all the competitions. And they believe Jackson will be important in this rotation. Then, at the end of the season, they will assess the situation. But what I can tell you is that between Jackson and Chelsea, it's over. So Chelsea are not expected to consider Jackson as part of the squad anymore in 2026. Even if Bayern don't sign the player and he goes back to Chelsea, they will look for a different solution. Might be in Italy, where there is a lot of interest. Might be in England, Aston Villa, Bayern, of course. Let's see what they decide to do. For Jackson, there will be a lot of interest. But at the moment, what I can guarantee, Aston Villa wanted him last summer. That's why I mentioned Aston Villa. Unai Emery knows the player well from Villarreal. But what I want to tell you is that between Jackson and Chelsea, the story is considered over. This is a mutual decision. Both Chelsea and Jackson see the future in a different way, and so Jackson could be a big name for 2026 based on what happens with Bayern. A big name in 2026 is going to be Semenyo. I told you about this release clause, a 65 million pounds package. I told you about the timing of the release clause, not valid for the whole month of January, just a few days into January, also to allow eventually Bournemouth to find a replacement. Let me confirm two things. Manchester United at this stage are not in active talks for Semenyo because their focus at this stage is on investing big money on different positions, like new midfielder. So at this stage, they like Semenyo, yes. Amorim likes Semenyo, for sure. But the priority target in this moment is on a different position. Second point, Liverpool informed, Manchester City informed. Both clubs remain well informed on the release clause of Antoine Semenyo, valid also in January. So keep an eye on that situation, because at the moment still nothing is decided. Now is December, so in the next weeks the situation will be more clear, but the Semenyo story at this stage is still very much on. So let's see what's going to happen with the clubs interested in Antoine Semenyo. Then I wanted to answer to two more questions, because I'm receiving and I'm checking many of your questions in the YouTube comments, and not only. The first one is about Lewis Kelly. There are always rumors for Lewis Kelly. During the international break, rumors about a loan, maybe Crystal Palace, maybe West Ham, go, play, World Cup, no chance. Arsenal don't want Lewis Kelly to leave. And then rumors about Chelsea. Today in England, rumors about Chelsea considering a permanent transfer proposal for Lewis Kelly. Forget about that. Lewis Kelly is Arsenal. Arsenal are very happy with Lewis Kelly, and they are not considering to part ways. Lewis Kelly is seen as a really important part of the squad. Super appreciated by Arteta. I don't know where these rumors are always coming from, constantly about Lewis Kelly. But he's part of the project. He's not leaving in January. Arsenal want to keep the player and trust the player. That's the message I'm getting today, from both player side and club side. So then, what happens in next years, I don't know. But as of today, I can guarantee 100% that all these stories are not true. Interest in Lewis Kelly, guys, is normal. Who is not appreciating that kind of fantastic talent? But there is nothing really concrete into it, because for Arsenal, he's a really important player. So that's important to clarify, and also Arsenal will not be stupid to wait till January and then maybe lose a player. They are competing to be on point on all competitions, and then maybe you lose an important player for rotation. Then about Arsenal, here I have my Instagram post just dropped about Edwin and Holger Quintero from Independiente del Valle. 16 years old, talents coming from Ecuador. They are two wingers, Edwin and Holger Quintero. They are both in London. Today, they sign their contract with Arsenal this week. The deal is done. 16 years old, are going to join Arsenal from Independiente del Valle. They will arrive at Arsenal in August 2027, when they will turn 18, as ESPN have reported today. And so Arsenal prepare the future. Lewis Kelly is going nowhere in January, and these two guys, Edwin and Holger Quintero, 16 years old, will arrive in August 2027. So a new move for Arsenal. Then guys, let me close today's video by telling you that despite all the questions I'm getting, I'm not aware of Liverpool having any sort of contact with Jürgen Klopp. The situation of Arne Slot, we know they need to fix this situation. They won the last game against West Ham, so Liverpool are trying to get out of the negative moment. But all the rumors about Jürgen Klopp, guys, at this stage, the message coming is quite clear. No conversations, no talks over Jürgen Klopp return at Liverpool. Klopp is fully focused on the project in the Red Bull group he's having, and so that's the story as of today. Nothing into it, everything really quiet between Liverpool and Jürgen Klopp. And so guys, let me your thoughts on all these stories from Onana to Semenyo, and then Jürgen Klopp, Lewis Kelly, the Quintero twins, and then also situation of Nicolas Jackson. Let me know your opinion, guys. Hit in comments, like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon.